Published 0928 EDT, the 9th of September 2017. Updated 11:57 EDT, the 9th of September 2017. It would be too much to suggest that this was the day that Manchester City's title challenge fully ignited. In fact, Jurgen Klopp, during the worst defeat of his short Liverpool career, called it about right. If City takes too much confidence from this game, they would make a mistake, he said. And if we lose too much confidence from this game, we would make a mistake. He was just about justified because of the obvious extenuating circumstance on which the game pivoted, the awful error of judgment from Sadio Mane, whose 37th minute boot to the face of City goalkeeper Ederson became the defining moment of a much-anticipated match. From there on, in 1-0 down and with just 10 men to play with after Mane's expulsion, Liverpool's fate looked sealed. So it proved, and judgment on City will be reserved until they face a sterner challenge from 11 men. Events yesterday played to their attacking strengths and hid the defensive weaknesses. Indeed, if you wish to pick holes, you would point to the fact that prior to that 37th minute turning point, Mane and Mohamed Salah had skipped past City challengers enough times to cause Pep Guardiola alarm. Sergio Aguero rounds Simon Mignolet in the Liverpool goal to give Manchester City the lead at the Etihad Stadium. The Argentine striker celebrates with Gabriel Jesus after latching on to Kevin De Bruyne's through ball to score. Liverpool forward Sadio Mane catches City goalkeeper Ederson with his right boot when contesting a ball over the top. The incident left the Brazilian goalkeeper prone on the Etihad pitch after feeling the full force of the Senegal star's foot. Mane begins to protest his innocence as he rises to his feet, something his opponent cannot do. After the collision, John Moss took his time to make his decision before brandishing the red card to the Liverpool forward. The challenge left Ederson needing attention from City club doctors, and he was taken off the field of play on a stretcher, but he returned to the stands before the end of the game and suffered no broken bones following the challenge, but given an opportunity to show their attacking prowess, which is considerable, they took it. Kevin De Bruyne ran the game, Sergio Aguero flourished, Gabriel Jesus scored twice, as did Leroy Sane, who added a glorious footnote with 2 superb goals. Of course it's easier against 10 men, said Guardiola. But we read the situation well. And for a long time since August 2014, City was not able to beat Liverpool. Today we're able to do so we're happy for that. Obviously there is room for improvement defensively, but offensively that is a big step forward for us. City remain, as they were last season, an extraordinary attacking phenomenon when given the chance. All of the front players shone, but none more so than Kevin De Bruyne. Guardiola just puffs his cheek in admiration when the Belgian is referenced. The dimensions for the guy are unexpected, he said, adding a new but excellent word to the English language. He's intelligent. You have to say one instruction and he understands immediately. He produces a huge number of passes, a huge number of assists. He is a complete player. We are a lucky club. The hosts took advantage of the extra 8 minutes added on at the end of the first half, with Gabriel Jesus heading home. The Brazilian put the finishing touch on the end of a 20-pass team move as City began to dominate with their man advantage after the break. The Brazilian grabbed his second after some unselfish play from strike partner Aguero. Jesus goes for his trademark telephone celebration, which is a nod to the relationship he has with his mum, but you will know too that Nicolas Otamendi and Benjamin Mendy were frequently exposed before the sending off. John Stones, too, looked unsure. Klopp knew at the sending-off aside that this was an opportunity missed. I told the boys at half-time I thought if it had been completely spot-on, and I know it's difficult after international break, that we should have been in the lead, said Klopp. He was right. Salah's miss when put clean through by Mane on 31 minutes was the key moment. But there should have been more chances, given the ease with which Liverpool were getting in behind City. I know we can be really good, and I will try to get the boys to ignore the result today but not the mistakes we did. 1-0 down against City is not a good place to be, but we do it in training where with 7 players against 14, they cannot create chances if you are really in the right spaces. But we didn't do it for the second goal. And 2-0 down against City with 10 men is not really a cool situation. It was a hard lesson today. I know the boys well enough to know they will learn from it. However, Klopp's assertion that he was not concerned in the long term was more questionable. With Dejan Lovren and Nathaniel Klein out, the latter long-term, they turned to Roger Klavan and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Neither was good enough, and unless £35 million was spent on Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain to play at right-back, that problem won't get solved soon. As with City, no one doubts the attacking qualities, it's the defence which is flawed. Even with 11 men, Liverpool conceded their early momentum in ridiculous circumstances. City simply picked up a loose ball from a Simon Mignolet clearance, and Fernandinho, with a crucial challenge on Jorginho Wijnaldum, helped it on to De Bruyne, who exposed a stretched Liverpool back four with an exquisite through ball for Aguero, who swept past Mignolet to score. Leroy Sane appeared off the bench in the second half and stole in at the front post to send a low effort beyond Mignolet. The German international wheels away, arms spread open to celebrate the fourth goal as City ran rampant. There was time enough left at the end of the game for the substitute to curl home his second, and City's fifth of the match. Sadio Mane had to be dismissed for serious foul play when he flew into City keeper Ederson, catching him on the side of his face with his studs. Referee's primary focus is the safety of players, and with Ederson requiring 7 minutes medical attention on the pitch before being stretchered off demonstrates how dangerous Mane's challenge was. I am incredulous that so many observers think it wasn't a red card offence. As for trained match officials, it is as clear and obvious as you would want to see. The Salah chance came on 31 minutes, yet the defining moment of the half came on 37 minutes when a long ball from Joel Matip exposed City, allowing Mane to race clean through on goal. With the ball bouncing in no man's land between keeper and striker, Ederson bravely rushed towards it and headed away. Mane, his foot already raised dangerously high to meet the ball, instead met the goalkeeper's chin. It looked awful, and clearly merited the expulsion it received. Ederson was treated for 8 minutes and left the game in a neck brace before the game could resume, with Claudio Bravo returning to the fray. The effect of the extra man was pretty much immediate. 3 minutes before half-time, De Bruyne bewitched Trent Alexander-Arnold with a hint of a cry-off turn to cross for Jesus, completely unmarked, 10 yards out, to head in. Mane and Liverpool were on top in the opening stages, with John Stones and the rest of his defence called into action, but by the end of the encounter at the Etihad Stadium, manager Jurgen Klopp cut a defected figure as he left the field. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain made his Liverpool debut as a half-time substitute but was unable to make a real impact. The challenge became steeper still on 54 minutes with a Liverpool long ball intercepted and the defence exposed within seconds. Fernandinho made the pass, which evaded Emre Can and found Aguero clean through on goal, somewhat unnecessarily but with admirable generosity. He squared the ball to Jesus, who made it 30. On 71 minutes, De Bruyne received the ball from the back three, played a crisp pass to Sane, on for Jesus, who exchanged passes with Mendy before finishing cleanly from close range. And Sane saved the best for last. 20 yards out. With 90 minutes gone, he eyed space to the right of Mignolet and curled a delicious strike into the far corner. It was a fitting finale. Mohamed Salah's pace caused Manchester City real trouble in the first half, but he was replaced at the interval. Nicolas Otamendi struggled as part of the Manchester City back three during the first half of the contest.